Good food. Good makan.
Hey, I'm Joseph Hilu, and I've been working here most of my life. I started being a counselor in 1968 when I was only about 17, 18. Enterprises we started in about late 80s, early 90s. Started off with a shop, or sorry, the fuel bowser first, and then gradually expanded.
My name's Arthur Wong. I'm the CEO for the Seisia Enterprises. Joseph found a bit of a niche that we bring cattle up. Yeah, meat that was here was all not packed properly by the other opposition store. It was all freezer burn, and there was a market for fresh meat.
The meat we were getting, some of it was, a few weeks old. Well, the ship that brings the cargo up, it itself takes about 5 days from when it's loaded in cans to when it offloads here. So we looked at that, the fruit and veggies, really, and too. So we try to look at different supplies.
For me, I'd like to see a lot more quality fruit and veggies, and I think it's getting there. The issue is getting it up from Cairns or Brisbane by rail, and freight. Freight is a big issue because it takes time to get here. Bananas have a life of what you probably see. Arrives on Monday, by now it's got spots on it and it'll be finished by tomorrow.
That's right, and of course it's cheaper if you buy a beast down south alive and bring it up here and fatten it on the ground. So you bring it just before the wet season, and by the time the wet season ends, it's top class meat. It's been on good grass, no fertilizers, no chemicals, no nothing. So when we advertise that, the tourists come up here and they really go for it, and they tell us they can taste the difference. Yeah, well, what I found out, cattle or sheep or pigs that go into feedlots, because they don't move around, they get too much fat on them. So when you kill them, you got to take some of the fat off, and by the time you do that, but the meat itself still got the grains of fat in it. It's still too fatty. So those cattle we have here, like I said, you saw them, they wander around every day, night, and they really what cattle were meant to be, not too fatty.
We've got different cuts, topside, rump, blade steak. So the boys have been trained to recognize the cuts and then do it. They can break down a side of beef and they know what the cuts are. The demand for fresh meat is there, the other issues, we've gone out to the Torres Strait to see whether they could buy from us. The issue is shipping from here to the Torres Strait. It can be done, but you've got to go from here to Horn Island and then offload it at Horn Island and then reshipped again. And there's always things that go wrong. The meat's left in Horn Island and not got to the people. We just had one young fella graduate this year, actually, from the butcher shop. So the problem is we can't employ 20 butchers, even though we'd like to.